Hello, everyone. This is Sean,
Morgan.
and we are going over today obscure animated movies. We're kind of going to do a uh, every week do a random movie that a lot of people haven't heard about that's animated. And today we are doing
The Thief and the Cobbler, year
yes,
1995.
1995. So one thing I want to share before we start going over everything is the craziness of this movie. It was well, it's in the Guinness Book of World Records as the longest running production of any film ever, over 30 years, and that's because of a lot of legal things and financial issues. Um, but it has a lot of different cuts, one of which we started and was completely different than the theatrically released one that we end up watching. But it is quite interesting the turmoil that this film went through to even get released. But we're going to be talking about the 1995 film that was released by Miramax.
Yes. And
So, Morgan, you start us off. What did you think?
I mean, this version of the film is what I remember from my childhood, and
Right.
it was unlike any animated film I had seen, which we grew up on Disney and even like Don Bluth, it was like I think the reason that we had this movie was because it was very cheap to buy at the time because it was very underrated. It was
Art
a
Bay.
bargain. um, and it is just as good as I remember. Like the animation style, it doesn't compare to a lot of things that I've seen.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I think the one thing coming away from this movie is how incredibly different the animation is
Hmm.
compared to like the Disney animation around the time. Um,
Yes.
Definitely not as clean or as crisp, but there's something really interesting and creative and geometric about it.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, I love the animation. It definitely is something different.
And like you said, the time span of it of like over 30 years, 31 years, and you can see where it started in the 60s. Like the
Yeah.
animation style, like you said, Yellow Submarine-esque.
Great. Yeah. What was the movie that you brought up?
I mean, I like kind of thought of Monty Python, but not for the animation of the characters itself, but like the backdrop, the scenes of the animation felt very. It's just like it's so much more detailed. I don't know. It's a very interesting style.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I don't think I've seen a movie animated like this before.
no, I know, and like just watching the scenes and the backdrop and like you said like the geometrics and like the Persian and Indian the dynamics of that versus everything now is very I don't know, just boring. Just boring. There's it's just
Yeah,
like it's like you can tell that this is hand drawn and it's like detailed and art in itself. And I don't
a lot
know.
of blood, sweat, and tears went into
Oh
it.
yeah, definitely.
So maybe next we can talk about what. Okay, so we watched how like 10 minutes of the original one
Yeah.
versus what are the differences that you caught between the two?
Well, the first one or the I guess the original, what do they call it? The recobbled cut.
The recobbled cut, yeah.
Um, I noticed my favorite character growing up was the thief. And so I noticed that he didn't have any dialogue, which is originally how it was meant to be. And I think that, and you can tell this is how Hollywood came in, Miramax and like
Yeah, they
Disney.
did.
They were like, let's throw in some comedy and like some snarkiness. And holy shit, it's not the same without it. It's not the same.
I I personally think I really like the narration and what they did to it. They kept the Zigzag, the villain. They kept
Hmm.
Vincent Price's voice
Rest
because
in peace.
Vincent Price did it in the original. So I appreciate they kept him. Um, but then adding Matthew Broderick and Jennifer Beals. And did you see who the nanny is?
Wait, no, Tony Collette.
Yes.
Yes. Hold on, I'm trying to fix my
I'm
lighting. I'm sorry. It's very last minute.
so excited. I'm like, are you kidding me? Tony Collette, like in our lives forever and always.
Damn it. I hold on. Sorry, Sean.
What's going on, girl?
Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bed. Hold on. I know, fucking Toni Collette.
Yeah,
Oh
she's
my gosh, I'm so happy to see her. And of course, like when I saw her in the credits, I was like, of course she would do this film.
yeah.
Um, Jennifer Beals random. Oh man, it's even bad here. I give up. What?
Morgan, just use the light as a spotlight. Oh, boom, baby. But you need
Ugh,
to sit.
okay. Is that weird? That's weird.
It's a little too bright.
Too bright. I'm sorry.
No, that's
Anyone who watches.
good. This is good.
Okay, cool.
Muy bien.
Um,
So
yeah,
yeah, Toni
Tony
Collette.
fucking Collette. And this is 95. Like, ugh. And I heard this is one of Vincent Price's last roles. Besides what?
It
Edward
was.
Scissorhands, maybe?
Yeah, I think this was released after Edward Scissorhands. He had done his voice work like way before he filmed Edward Scissorhands. So
It was like,
it's
yeah,
just
it was like 64 to 73 or something.
that,
Um,
that's when they did the voice work.
yeah.
Holy
Oh,
crap! Oh,
I
that's
know.
crazy. So yeah, I think the voice work is really good. I think the thief's narration is hilarious. It kind of like makes the movie, run a little bit smoother to me.
Yeah, or it does. It helps the audience connect. Maybe those people who just need a little bit of that to stay involved in the film.
Yeah, I just can't imagine watching an even longer version of this film and having neither the cobbler or the thief talk really throughout the whole entire movie.
Seriously. Oh, and then when I was doing my kind of last minute research, they said that the cobbler, doesn't speak the entire film during the original one until the very end where they cast it, Sean Connery as like the one liner that he says. Seriously, can you imagine that version? I cannot. I cannot. Because this is the
I
version.
I wish I could do a Sean Connery impersonation, but I can't. But
I got it. Hold on. The thief and the cobbler. No, that was horrible.
good.
Um,
Yeah, that would have been so take you out of the movie completely.
yeah. And then what do you think? Do you think it was supposed to be a musical before Miramax got involved, or?
See, that's why I would want to actually watch the original version all the way through just to see the differences.
Mm,
I don't know, and I definitely want to research a little bit more, um, because I don't know. I don't think that it is because I remember three songs throughout the movie,
hmm.
and the princess sings two, and then that great song with the giants or whatever they are. That
Oh,
is
yeah, the caravan, the
the
warriors.
caravan. Yeah, no, that
So
was.
good.
I really like that song. I actually remember it from when I was a kid. I think that's like one of those scenes that you remember. Um,
Yeah.
I really, really love um, the end, how it, or not the very, very end, but like with the thief, like on the roller coaster kind of situation.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, that was some really fun slapstick and with the narration of everything that's going on. I really enjoyed that.
I think that the thief's narrative definitely made the movie. Like it being a kind of silent comedy, like Charlie Chaplin status, would not have made it as lovable as it is now with the commentary or the narration of the thief. Like when
I do
he's going for the
narration falls flat though. Some of it.
yeah, that's true. But when he's going for like the three golden balls, like that
Yeah.
is hilarious. Like the pole vaulting, like it's just like and like is it scripted or is that comedian? Who was the actor? Oh shoot, I can't even remember. Um,
There was a moment I thought it was Harrison Ford. I kept like trying to think who.
no.
Okay, you need to watch it again and just like think of Harrison Ford. It like just hit me. I was like, oh, it's Harrison Ford. It absolutely wasn't, but that's where my
It
mind went.
absolutely wasn't. And I'm sorry, I love Harrison, but is his sense of humor that spot on? I don't think so.
Had some humor in his grumpy old days. I don't know.
Okay, well, no. Who did it remind me of? The voice actor from The Incredibles, the Mr. Incredible. For some reason, I kind of got that kind of vibe.
Then
Yeah,
yeah, I love him, and that I could see that, but it's not
yeah.
him. Um,
You and fucking Harrison Ford. Okay.
I,
Um.
I felt it. I heard it.
Oh, so good though, and just as good as I remember. My question is, because I text my family and they were like, "Oh, show my nephew," and then I was like, "Would children today even have the patience for it?" Or I don't know. Is that excessive?
So I think it's like so visually dazzling that
Hmm.
it'll keep kids' attention. Also, I'm looking at the screen and the credits start at 1 hour and 6 minutes.
That's
It's a short movie.
Is it short? Yeah, I guess so.
It was
Yeah,
1 hour and 6 minutes. And then I mean the recobbled cut was like 1 hour and 36 minutes.
30. Hmm.
So that's like a good chunk of other material that there was that Miramax did something to. Do
Yeah, that's true. Oh, so good. I'm glad we
you have
started with this one.
I
Say it
am
again.
too. Do you have any negatives?
I guess yeah. I guess I wish it was a little bit longer. I don't
Hmm.
know. It's a perfect story, and I don't know. Maybe it didn't have to be a musical. I feel like if they have to go like full force or like not at all and like just one, I don't know.
To me, I with the music, I could have done without the
But
princess music,
she's
and
more
just
than
have
this.
those giant guys have their
Hmm.
like one random song.
Hmm.
Just because that one's really memorable, or at least to me, and it's fun and quirky, and I think that would have been fine. But to add the princess's other two songs, they just I think that they do seem a little bit dated. And like I said, it's like karaoke a little
I know.
bit.
Well, that was their love song. Their love song was sad, but like I did like the princess song because like she's not what she seems were the lyrics, you know? Like she's like she wants more and she can be kind and she's more than she seems like pretty face and all that. I mean, as a young girl, I was just like, yes. I wasn't very, yeah, I don't know. I,
I don't know. I
yeah.
feel like we could have done without that. Um, and then my other negative is um, I really like how much time they spend at the beginning, like creating the characters.
Mhm.
Um, so it's like literally 45 minutes in is when they start their adventure or their quest,
Mhm.
and then it's like 20 minutes, and then the quest is over.
Like they meet the caravan and then the witch and then it's like one
Yeah.
eye. Yeah.
Uh, so it just, I love the character development at the beginning, but I feel like there could have been a good another, like at least 20 minutes of their quest, and it maybe have felt a little bit more epic in scope.
Yeah, exactly. It was very simple story and well, yeah, and I feel like it could have been maybe developed more, but then would it have been drawn out? Like,
Possible.
and I did love, I think the animation and the chase scenes between the thief and the cobbler. They spend a lot of time on that, and I love the detail and I love that scene. But could that have been character development? Who knows? I don't know. It's
Question. I would have liked an extra little something, because then all of a sudden it's like ending. It's like, oh, okay, it's over.
yeah, that's true.
um,
What did
one
it
thing,
like when you watched it as a kid?
yeah.
Like, did you have any other friends who like knew about it even? Like, I feel like
That's why it's an obscure movie, because I don't know anyone else that knows about this shit. Like
that's very true. I feel like we really did get it from like the bargain bin of the VHS tapes. Like,
put some good stuff in that in those bins. Seriously,
that's true. But didn't you say on Amazon it's worth like, or it's like 90 almost?
99.99.
That's
Or
crazy.
you could just watch it on YouTube, guys.
Yeah,
Whatever.
like we did because we love it, but no.
Yeah, I don't know about $100. So there's like a glaring weirdness about this movie that I wonder if you notice. Don't you think it's very similar to another certain film?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I've noticed a little like something there. Would it start with an A? Like,
Yeah, I think it does start with an A. Yeah,
that's what I thought. Yeah, it sounds familiar.
motherfucker.
Continue.
This movie is literally Aladdin, except for like no, even the end. Like with
There's
it,
no
like
war.
going to the cave or whatever, and he's like, it's like going into the lion cave in Aladdin.
Hmm.
Um, it's so similar. The villain is literally Jafar.
Yeah,
There's
and
the cobbler who's like Aladdin, the princess. There's Iago, except it's like a
hmm,
little vulture instead.
I know. That's very true.
Like, I don't know. Like, so this movie bombed hard at the box office, and it came out
I'm sure.
right after Aladdin,
Because Aladdin
randomly.
was like 92?
Right?
Or.
92, 93, something right around the time that.
Mm.
Um, but I think it bombed because it was so similar to Aladdin. But in my opinion, especially since Disney owns Miramax, Miramax is the one that produced this film at the very end. Do you think there's a possibility that Disney kind of stole some of the ideas from the Prince and or the Thief and the Cobbler and then put it toward Aladdin?
Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. And they had the money and just. I mean, also, they've stolen mythology and fairy tales before, so it wouldn't be surprising in general.
Right.
But yeah, so close to it being released too. I can see that. They they're like, you know what, this isn't working over here, so we're just gonna take this entire plot and Disneyfy it and sell it for
Yeah.
millions.
We don't know what's happening with this movie. It's been in production for 30 years. Let's just make a Disney-fied version of it.
Seriously. And I'm a fan of the Aladdin version or the Disney version. It's just that's sad. That's really hard, and it's still hard to compete with Disney.
Yeah, of course. It
Ugh.
definitely is. But do you think that this version is worth watching, even though it's very similar to Aladdin?
Absolutely, the animation style is like unparalleled, and in my opinion, animation beats Disney hands down. Storyline, maybe not so much. Musical wise, not so much, but animation, it is not for um, children. The animation is for adults. Animation is meant for lovers of that kind of style and art and detail. I love that. That's why this it has a cult following. Why it has us, I think, is the animation that holds it together.
Absolutely. I think it definitely also it feels more old school and it feels very like old school slapstick kind of humor
Mhm.
that you don't really see as often. It's like silly, like Pink Panther, Bugs Bunny, kind of like slapstick humor that we don't really see very often anymore in films. It's more like potty humor. So
Interesting. Okay.
I respect the humor. I mean, I really like giggled or laughed out loud like throughout the whole entire movie, and I don't usually do that in animated films. So
Me too. I mean, like again the pole vaulting scene when the thief is going towards the Golden Globes. I was literally laughing out loud by myself like a crazy person because it was good dialogue and very funny. And it's and oh, you know what wowed me? Again, going back to the animation, like the colorful way that they show the emotions of the the leader of the city. I don't know if you call it the Sultan. Would you call him the Sultan?
yeah, we'll call him
And
so.
then when Vincent Price's character Zigzag, originally named Anwar, apparently there's some like serious business with the Shaw family over this film.
I did, yes. That's why it stopped production in general.
Yeah,
So
right. I don't know if they'll let us post this now. No. But I love the way that he was trying to propose to Princess Yum Yum, and like the animation of like his whole face turns red, Zigzag's face turns like the heart eye emoji. I miss that. All of the I worry about animation, children animation today, and it's all very detailed CGI. Like, look how the grass blows. Maybe we don't want that. Maybe we kind of want like exaggerated animation.
exactly, exaggerated. I love that you said that. Like Zigzag's freaking shoes.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. Thank you for bringing that up.
They remind me of, do you remember those bracelets where you like slap them on your wrist and it's
Oh,
like wraps around?
yes,
Those are
those are
the
the
shoes.
best. I love them. And I think like his shoe extends like a roll up, and then even the extension of his shoe gets stuck by tic tac, and you're just like, where does this? What is that? His feet? Like, it's like those little details that are fun. I
It's
don't know.
exaggerated. It's like surrealist. You know, it's. I know that the animator, he was like very moved by Rembrandt's work, and I can see that
Really?
in art. Yeah,
Oh, that's so cool. See, that's so cool. I respect CGI completely, and I'm so grateful for, or like the closer we get to that kind of like animation. But damn, like that artistic animation, like going back to like Rembrandt, that's so cool. It would be
yeah,
amazing to see that again.
definitely. It would be good for animated films to have a resurgence of hand-drawn animation. Please,
Yeah,
please, Hollywood.
please, please, this is what we want. I swear, this is what we want. Do you think it will happen?
I think so.
I hope
I
so.
think it'll be so nostalgic that everyone's like, the moment like a really good hand-drawn original animated film comes out, everyone's gonna be trying to make hand-drawn movies again.
Oof, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that phase, that bad.
Okay, so I
Mm,
think we should give our scores. So we're gonna grade them, letter grade them.
okay,
Uh, so that's what we're gonna start out with at least. We'll see how it goes. So
okay,
Morgan, you want to go first?
fine, thank you. um, I'm gonna give it a B, a solid B. I feel like the storyline and the kind of like thrown out there musical numbers didn't develop the way they wanted to. The animation is solid, and I like respect it so much. And even the like kind of ad lib voice casting is very good, but it's not enough to reach an A. And
Yeah,
like solid
definitely.
B, just solid B. I wish there was a little bit more, but I will rewatch it again, and I will always love it. So yeah.
I would give it a B minus,
Mm,
and I kind of echo everything that you just said. I think that it could be longer, which I don't say that about a lot of movies. Um, I wanted a little bit more adventure during the quest
mm,
that they go on. I think the thief's voiceover was great for the most part.
yeah.
Uh, and once again, we're just going to bring up the animation. It's worth watching just to see how creative it is.
Just like I haven't seen anything like it since,
Mhm.
and that's just a cause in its own to watch this movie. Seriously.
And it's a fun ride. Like I would show my kids. It's a little bit darker and more adult, but
Yeah.
it's
How did we watch it? Rewatching as an adult. Good.
yeah, um, yeah. So Thief and the Cobbler, check it out. Even though you've definitely seen Aladdin, it's worth seeing because there's a lot of differences too. And I think it's underrated.
I think it's underrated, and I think like, and if you enjoy kind of classic animation and just art in general, I guess in a way, you should
Yeah,
watch it. You'd enjoy it. You're not gonna. I don't think you'd regret it.
I don't think so either. So
Cool.
next week, what film are you thinking
I mean, I love. Speaking of
of?
royalty, the Princess and the Goblin, maybe? I don't know.
I'm definitely thinking Princess and the Goblin.
Okay, cool. Yes. Oh, I can't wait. Oh my god.
I know, I can't wait to watch it again.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that since my TV had glass and we had a VCR player only, not even like DVD VCR, VCR only.
Sure, that's all we got.
That's
Yeah, no,
all
it's
my
gonna be
god.
for sure.
Cool.
Well, until next
Anyways.
time.